Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of the Power Update. I'm Leslie Irvin, your host, and I'm here with Lady Voltage Lauren Johnson and Voltage Brian Leonard. How are you guys today?
Excellent.
Good. Hi. So how are your seasons going so far, Brian? You guys are 1-9-4. How's that going?
Well, obviously we went off to a rocky start. A lot of new players, a lot of new faces in the Voltage. So I mean, it's taken us about half our season to start to hit our form. And I mean, now that we're getting into the later half of our season, a lot of the guys are starting to be more cohesive with each other, starting to know what each other is going to do on the ball and off the ball. So I mean, I think our second half of our season is going to be much more successful.
What about you, Lauren? You guys are 2-6-1. How's your season going?
Kind of the same thing. We had a lot of new faces, a lot of first-year players, so we've just been in sort of a slump, but we're coming together more cohesively as a team, and we have a lot of talented individuals. So now that we have a long stretch of home games, hopefully we can pull off some wins.
Now, Brian, where are you from?
Actually, Toronto, Canada.
So what brings you to Vermont? Or how did you find the Voltage?
Basically, the school I go to, Niagara University, me and my roommate, Matt Stedman, went to our coach, and we wanted to play PDL this summer. And so he met Bo at a coaches convention, and this was just one of the best PDL organizations. Like, it's the best organized, most of the best players come here, and so I mean, it was kind of like the best fit for us. So it was a long road trip to come here, but it was definitely worth it.
What about you, Lauren? Where are you from? How did you find the Voltage?
I'm from St. Charles, Illinois. I go to school in Minnesota, and kind of the same thing, but I did it sort of individually. I wanted to play in the W League, so I was emailing coaches and just trying to try something out, and ended up talking to Bo and working things out and coming out here for something new.
Now, you guys have been playing soccer for a long time. What advice would you give to younger soccer players?
Definitely just get a ball and just practice as much as you can. I mean, the more you're on a ball, the more touches you get, obviously the better you're going to get.
What about you, Lauren? What advice would?
I would say to work hard. I think kind of the same thing. Get a ball, work, but never stop working hard, because you can always work harder and it always pays off in the end, even if you don't feel the improvement or the payoff immediately. There's always people who will respect you for a hard work ethic.
Now, neither of you guys are from Vermont, from the area themselves. How are you enjoying St. Albans? You're both local in St. Albans, so how is St. Albans treating you?
I mean, it's definitely a beautiful city. It's small, but the community is like very close. We go to different shops and stuff, and everybody knows the Voltage players. I mean, we get treated extremely well. We go to Mimo's, and I mean, the people there love us. So we really like the community. It's very nice.
What about you, Lauren?
Love it. Love STA. That's what me and my roommates call St. Albans. Small town, good community, agreed. I have some jobs, so that's been fun, getting to know people in the area, and I like it. I wish it was a little sunnier some days, but the rain's been nice too.
Now, the World Cup is just finished. Do you have a favorite moment? I know mine was Zidane headbutting the Italian defender in the final, but what about you guys?
Well, I mean, my team, Holland, took a tough loss to Portugal. There's a lot of yellow cards and red cards thrown out. But I mean, I think one of the best moments was definitely watching Zidane in the Brazil-France game. It was just, there were so many superstars on the Brazil team. I mean, you got Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, Kaká. There's just so many players there. And Zidane just basically took apart the team himself. I felt he was definitely one of the best players in the tournament. He was actually given the MVP of the tournament just last week. So.
Yes. What about you, Lauren? Do you have a favorite moment or favorite game?
Actually, going way back to the beginning, when the Czech played the U.S., you should know that I love the Czech Republic, and so I was really upset that they had to play each other round one, because ultimately it's better to have a winner somewhere, but my heart was just torn in the first game, because I really wanted Czech to go on. I really wanted U.S. to go on, but U.S. was slightly disappointing, but that was a good game. I enjoyed watching it.
Now, Brian, Bo is your coach and he plays on the field at the same time. How does that affect the team? Have you ever had that before?
No, I haven't actually. It's a new experience for me. But I mean, Bo does such a good job of kind of separating the two. Like, I mean, it's tough to say until you actually like play on the field with him. But he does such a good job of coaching off the field, and then when he comes on the field, it's kind of like he can coach you from on the field. So it's a different experience. It definitely, I think it actually helps the team. I mean, having a player coach on the field at all times. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's a new experience, but I definitely like it. Yeah. Definitely.
And now, Lauren, you have like a gold medal goalkeeper in your net. How is it to play with someone of that prestige?
She's probably one of my favorite elements of the team. She is by far one of the best athletes I've ever played with, not just on the field but off the field and during practice. I think her work ethic is incredible. I think her attitude is consistent, and she just earns her respect. And it's hard to describe, but she's just incredible. I think probably having played with so many amazing players herself, she just has that like aura to her that makes you just want to respect her and work harder because of her. So it's fun. I like it a lot.
Yeah. And Brian, you're doing some of the camps this summer. How are those? Definitely. How are the kids? And
they're a great experience. I mean, working with the kids from around the area is amazing. They all, they respect you right away when they know you're from the Voltage. And I actually take care of a lot of the younger kids, like 5 and 6. So I mean, it's just amazing playing games with them, and they're friends after the first day with you. So it's definitely a good experience. It's very good.
How is it playing at home versus you guys have just finished long stints of away games, and you're coming home to finish off the season? So what's the difference between playing on the road and playing at home?
I mean, home games are at the Collins Pearly complex it's a different experience from road games just because we get like such a big crowd. I mean, the community really supports the team. It's such a tightly knit community. We get people we do camps from all over the state, so we get kids from, kids will drive 2 hours to come watch the game, and I mean that definitely means a lot. It gives you that extra push in the game, the 90th minute. So.
Or what does it mean to you to play at home?
I just love being somewhere where you know the field, you know that you're going to have fans there, you know that the rest of your team is going to be there. If you have a limited amount of people traveling, you know that the bench is going to be full, things like that. I like the away games. I think it's a good bonding time. We've had some long road trips, so I don't mind them, but I'm excited to play at home and to just know what we're going into.
I can imagine road trips are interesting with the 15-passenger vans. That's got to be a fun time. So what can we expect from the rest of the season? Are you excited to finish off strong?
Definitely excited. I mean, all those home games coming up, everyone's excited. We're going to have the whole community there, and so hopefully we can get a lot of wins. So we'll see.
What can we expect from the Lady Voltage, Lauren?
I think you can expect some wins, Leslie. I really do.
Well, that's good to hear. So you can come out and find the Voltage and Lady Voltage playing double headers on Wednesdays and Saturdays throughout the rest of the summer. And you can, for more information, check out www.vermontvoltage.com. Thank you for joining us. Have a good day. We're here in St. Albans. I'm Leslie Irvin.
And I'm Frank Brock.
With the Laval Comets and the Vermont Lady Voltage on Wednesday, July 4th. Rainy day. Lady
Actually,
Voltage.
it's July 12th now.
Oh, July 12th. What did I say it was?
4th.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
All
Lady
right.
Voltage immediately on the attack.
Just slightly offsides. For
Ashley Pfaff. Guess we can run through the starting lineups for the teams. For the Lady Voltage, we have Kristen Luckenbell in goal, Sarah Levitz as a back, Erin Pichettino as a back, Jess Molson, and Caitlin Francis also backs. Amy Cochran in the midfield with Emma Sconce, Lexi Kane, Patty Spielman, and up top, Allie Wool and Ashley Pfaff.
And for the Laval Comets, in goal we have Marie Pierre Billadou. Defense players are Cindy Walsh, Miriam Bouchard, and Catherine Duchesne. In the midfield they have Kelly Hemsley, Andrea Gagnon, Eloise Vandal, Laura Lear, and then it looks like their forwards are Amy Legault, Virgin Jacques, and Sherry Fraser. I'm going to have to talk to the guy about his penmanship here.
Little tough.
Especially when most of the names are a little bit French anyway. It gives me a little bit of a hard time, but we'll get through it.
Yeah. So some nice humid rainy conditions today. Never fun to play in, but I'm sure the Lady Voltage will do just fine. They lost to the Comets in their first meeting earlier this season. It was one of their first games, but they were without Kristen Luckenbell in goal. Amy Cochran played goal, actually. So they lost 2-0. So hopefully today it'll be an even match and maybe pull out a win.
And so far they look pretty smooth out there. Nice passing going on. Looks like both the teams are still getting used to each other, sizing each other up a little bit here.
In the early minutes of the game. It's going to be slippery. The ball's going to be slippery. It's going to kind of be a survival of the fittest kind of thing because the ball's going to take funny bounces. Fans are starting to roll in despite the nasty conditions. Hopefully the Thunder and Lightning will hold off long enough to get both games in tonight.
I heard on the radio coming over that it's supposed to clear from west to east, so hopefully seeing that we're on the west side of the state, we'll luck out and maybe it'll go away before it gets too bad here.
Right. It was the more west and more north, so we're set in those stances, so hopefully it'll be okay.
Kind of taking a look out here to see when the Vermont Voltage campers are going to show up. They're coming to the game tonight, the overnight campers. There's 160 of them. That camp sold out. There's one more of those coming up 2 weeks away. Plenty of room, obviously, in all of our day camps around the state. Just check that out at www.vermontvoltage.com. And if there's a camp nearby, we'll have something going on there for you.
There's a lot of different locations, too, throughout the state of Vermont, New York, and New Hampshire, so did a good job at covering the various areas of Vermont. So definitely check that out on the website. Corner here for the Comets. Headed out by Sarah Lovitz.
I believe we're getting visited by Camp Holy Cross tonight also, right?
Yeah,
So
that's
I think we're going to have a lot of noise here shortly.
that's always good to cheer on the players.
I traveled a little bit in the preseason in the beginning of the season with the men's team for 4 games, and it's amazing how the Vermont Voltage fans come out and support the fans, the number of fans we get at the games versus what a lot of these teams in much bigger areas, they don't quite see the same numbers, and we appreciate all the fans that come to the games.
It's really great, too, because you have the same fans that come at every game, and despite the rain and despite the bad weather, they're here cheering them
There's
on.
lots of nice colorful umbrellas sitting in the stands right now.
And Luckenbell calls the ball out to Ashley Pfaff. Ashley Pfaff, the Middlebury College. She'll be a sophomore in the fall, went to Rice High School, so she's a local talent.
Throw in here for the Comets.
Seems our one weakness here with our fans is our inability to find ball girls and ball boys. That's the only thing. But hopefully with the campers coming, there'll be plenty.
My son's done that a few times, and he said that the problem is they can't really watch the game that well because they're concentrating so much on just making sure that they're in the right position. So I think that the kids try it out, and they enjoy it. And some kids really like to have that
great
responsibility.
Ball by Ashley Pfaff.
And cleared out by their keeper.
That was a good working through the middle between Ashley and Allie to create an opportunity.
Offsides there, but not called.
There's only a few remaining home games this season for the Lady Voltage. Their season's coming to a close.
Fairly even game so far. Balls on both sides of the field. Pretty even amount.
The Laval goalie doesn't have a lot of height, so maybe some lofted shots could get past her, perhaps.
Quick break there, but the Comets couldn't really get much on the shot. Ashley Feth back for that one.
Kaylin Francis steps up to pressure.
Ooh, Amy Cochran almost got to that ball.
Plenty of time for the goalkeeper.
Comets defense definitely keeping our players well up away from the goal.
Offsides trap looks like they're key to defense.
One of the fun things about soccer is that there's a lot of languages spoken, and now most of the other side is speaking French. You can hear from their bench, their coach speaking to them mostly in French. We have a couple of French-speaking players on our men's team, as well as a lot of them that speak Serbian.
And occasionally you hear the English boys with their accent too. That adds an extra
Absolutely,
element.
yeah. They're speaking at least a language that most of us can understand. Just doesn't sound quite the same.
On the girls' team at one point, there was a girl from Brazil. There's an English girl on the team as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Emma Sconce is from England.
Yes. Played for Manchester City before coming here to play in the W League.
I think that's a big part of the fun for a lot of these players that play both the W League and our men that are in the PDL League, is that they get to meet a lot of different players from different parts of the world, that they get to really experience a lot of stuff that you might not see even in college, even though that's fairly well diverse.
And some of the players could probably play in an upper league, but because of college eligibility and money as well, they can't. So the PDL League really showcases some great talent. Tough tackle there by Emma. Both get up and fight on.
Referee seems to be really letting the game just play itself, not making any calls yet. One of the nice things about having a small referee and the teams pretty well, and realizing which teams they have to worry about and which teams they can just let the game go.
Yeah. I think I've seen 2 maybe yellow cards in thus far the season at home games for the Lady Voltage, so generally not too much of a problem. Tonight's center official is David Barra, and Anthony Quintella and Jim Berengari are the 2 ARs on the sides. And I've seen all of them at past Voltage games, so they're definitely familiar faces in terms of referees.
I believe Dave Barra is one of the referee administrators, so definitely kind of one of the Vermont well-versed referees. More and more umbrellas beginning to show up here, which is nice to see.
And it doesn't even look like the campers are here yet, so that's a good sign. What do you need?
Nice defense there by Amy Cochran. Ooh, a grab to the shirt there from the Comets. Brings out the first call, and a yellow card for number 23, Eloise Vandal.
Guys, tonight is Juco Trust Night and WLFE Night. The Lady Voltage would like to thank all of our sponsors whose signs can be seen around the field and whose ads are in your program. Without their support, the Voltage would not
Probably an
exist.
unnecessary
Support those who support us.
foul because she wasn't the last defender, so that cost her a yellow early in the game. Lady Voltage easily back to Kristen, and we'll get it back out there. Did you see that 23 was given a yellow? Voltage passing the ball, bringing it out from the back end here.
Oh,
Ooh, another shirt grab there, but that one was not seen by the referee, or we might have had a yellow called against us.
a little frustration showing through.
Throw in for the Laval. Again, as we spoke of, the ball boy and ball girls are hard to find around here, so anybody out there listening that wants to come to the game and be a ball boy or ball girl, we'd definitely appreciate it.
Definitely.
Did he make that? And kicked out by Laval. I'm not sure if that was on purpose or by mistake. There wasn't really a lot of pressure there, so.
Voltage fans, if anybody would like to be a ball boy or girl, please go down to the Voltage fence down by Sparky. If anybody would like to be a ball boy or girl, go see Sparky.
Ball goes out for a throw in for Laval.
Lexi, one of the smaller players on the team, winning the battles in the air.
Some good talk there by the Voltage.
Good choice to kind of spread the field. Well, brings it back this way, but bought some time in the process. Allie Wool's a good big target up top to try to find, especially in the air, because she has some size.
Come see us at Sticks and Stuff. Sticks for lumber and stuff for all the things you expect from a great home center. In 2 locations, 44 Lower Newton Street in St. Albans and 2 Orchard Street.
What did you think of the World Cup final?
I enjoyed it very much. I obviously would have rather that it was won without the PKs, but
And Zidane's headbutt.
yeah, that was really unfortunate. You know, the guy was really looked at as a hero for the French team, really helped him get to that point, and then to go out in that way. It was an ugly moment for the team and for soccer, but I guess frustrations go even to that level.
It's definitely unfortunate, you know, when someone of that magnitude has to go out that way.
Yeah, especially being that he's the captain of the team. You know, you would have thought that he would have known better, but I was hoping for Italy, so it all worked out.
It was great to see that they advanced out of the U.S. bracket, and we scored, even though it was an own goal, one of the only goals on them to that point in the tournament. So even though we had a bleak tournament, that's kind of a good note, I guess.
Well, you know, it takes a lot just to get there. So just the fact that the U.S. has been there, I think the last 3 in a row, is starting to say something about American soccer. There's lots of countries that are playing a lot of soccer that weren't there. So just the fact that America's getting in is a real good sign.
That's true. No, Italy, I was very impressed with. I really liked their captain, their defender, number 5. He was a good, fierce guy.
My understanding is that that game was watched by 1 billion fans around the world, and we really think it's quite a lot when we have a couple 100,000 people watch the Super Bowl, but 5 times that many watched the World Cup. So
Definitely, when it's the most popular game in the world.
as they like to call it, the beautiful game.
They'll be heroes forever. Here in the 17th minute.
Yeah, I enjoyed the Adidas and Nike's commercials for when
Definitely.
they had those commercials. I thought they were pretty cool too.
No, I was definitely impressed. The Jose and where he battles
Jose
his
plus
friend
10
with
and
the all-star teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who would dream of playing with all of those
Right.
players? That would be such an opportunity.
But yet I think part of the message there was that anybody can get to that level if they try hard enough. And when Jose's mom was calling him home for supper, and it was like, you're just playing with regular guys.
Yep. Yeah. It's definitely great.
102
The Comets on the attack, but broken up by Ashley Pfaff.
The proud sponsor of the Vermont Voltage and Lady Voltage.
Allie Wool working hard, coming back into the midfield. Out to Lexi. Takes her space on the wing. She's got Ashley ahead of her. Jess Molson to take the throw-in. Jess is also the Voltage office manager, as well as playing on the team. So she spends a lot of time with Voltage around her.
Another, I think, one of the nice things about being on either of the men's or the women's team is that you get a lot of different experience about what goes on with a professional team. You can see what happens in the head office. You get to work at the camps, see what goes on there, all the work that's involved. And a goal kick for the Voltage.
I still don't see the campers. They must be off-roading on their way from Linden State. Good even game at this point.
Yeah. Which, as we said before, might be our advantage here, that their goalie doesn't look that tall. And if we get the similar chances between each other, I think we're definitely going to come out ahead on that side of things. Pretty hard to score on Kristen Luckenbill.
Yeah. I was talking to the girls because 2 of the players are on the Voltage Power Update once a week. And I was talking to Lauren Johnson, one of the younger girls on the team, and I was talking to her about how it was to play with someone like Kristen. And she said it's just an amazing experience to have someone with that much leadership and that much world experience on your team. Is like having another coach.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Kristen was on the 2004 gold medal Olympic team, national team player. I'm not sure how many caps she has, but I know that she leaves quite often to go play games, so I'm sure it's a pretty good number.
Throw in here by the end line for the Lady Voltage. And Coach Hutchins has his Dalmatian umbrella to stay dry over there.
Which barely is big enough to cover his head. Did he steal that from his daughter?
Probably.
For all the information you need on the voltage, buy the St. Albans Messenger, your #1 source for St. Albans area news.
Little push there, not called.
Everything you need to know, look out for Vermont's oldest evening newspaper.
Trying to
the
mount
St.
an
Albans
attack
Messenger.
on the top of the 16. Ooh. Good save by Kristen Lockenbell.
Looks like the referee's definitely willing to let a lot of the littler things go by. There was definitely a high kick earlier and a little bit of a handball there, but
Yeah, he just said play on. And David Bear is actually one of the referee teachers here in Vermont. I took my courses from him a couple of years ago. Some good ball movement by the Lady Voltage, just kind of knocking around, gaining possession.
looks like a chance here. Ball played down into, just gotten into the box. Ashley Pfaff takes a shot,
Ooh.
and it's in
Oh, and
by
Amy
Amy
Cochran.
Cochran. There's a goal. All right.
Amy Cochran there to grab the rebound.
Yeah, the goalie definitely should have tried to catch that ball, but as we said before, the ball's wet and slippery, a little hard to handle tonight. Worked in our favor. And Amy Cochran's going to throw a ball out into the crowd here, and that goes out to a lucky fan.
Overthrew some fans, but it looks like it went to Ashley
Ashley Pfaff's mom grabbed it.
Her daughter had the assist or the shot that resulted in the rebound.
I believe Ashley's younger sister Brittany's at camp this week, so she'll be showing up. She'll probably snag that ball from her mom.
Now Ashley's been drawn to the sideline to talk to coach. But
Probably going to let her know to keep taking lots of those
keep
shots.
taking those shots. It's wet and
He's obviously seen a hole somewhere that he wants to have Ashley take advantage of.
I mean, it's going to be a tough day for the goalkeepers, so definitely as many shots as possible are going to be a good route.
Nice easy ball back there this time, though, for Kristen.
But now this is the dangerous 5 minutes before and after a goal. It's always tough. Got to stay strong, can't let down.
Nice drop kick out there, but we didn't quite have possession. We got it back.
Probably up to about 85 to 100 fans now, and still no campers.
Guess they're all coming for the men's game. They're holding off. Rain's not really coming down all that strong anymore, but
It's just the humidity now. Never makes it fun to play in weather like this. Ooh.
probably trying to time it with supper. It's almost 6 p.m. here tonight, and probably looking to, as the campers come off the bus, we
Hand them some pizza. And
bring the kids over and some nice premier bus coaches. They get to watch a movie on the way over and back to the camp, and come here and they have some pizza from Mimo's Pizza, and so it's quite a nice night for them to break from the monotony of a lot of soccer camps where after the regular day there isn't a lot to do. At the Voltage camps they have a movie night, they have a pool night. Obviously we get on a Wednesday night they come and watch a couple of games. Thursday night they have a nice disco night and do a little dance because it's co-ed, and everybody has a great time.
And I know we ordered 60 pizzas from Mimo's, so Mimo's one of our sponsors here for the Voltage.
And you definitely can't go wrong ordering Mimo's Pizza for these guys. They'll be all excited, and I'm sure it won't last too long.
Oh no, definitely not. Oh, I see a bus. I see 2 buses.
If we can get the ball down, well, we really don't want it down by our goal. They would probably be showing them on the camera, but
The
yeah, the kids get well treated. They get to ride in a nice luxury coach all the way from Lyndonville back over to St. Albans and then back to camp.
It's quite a hike, too, to come. A long ride. The Comets defense is playing very high. So if we can get one ball over the top, kind of catch the defense off guard.
Yeah, with Ashley Pfaff's speed, we can probably get a nice breakaway going. And one thing I've really enjoyed about having the W League, it was started last year, is that we are able to showcase a lot of this local talent. Ashley Pfaff had just graduated high school last year, came out looking for some extra experience, I believe, before going to Middlebury, made the team, one of the top scorers last year. And so it really gives it an opportunity for any of the younger ladies in the area that are working hard to have a way to really showcase that talent.
Definitely. I know I played with Ashley at Rice for 4 years, and she was our leading scorer all 4 years, and definitely a captain my junior and senior year, so she's quite a force to reckon with. She might be a smaller girl, but she's definitely got immense speed, and she can finish. Free kick for the Comets. Choose to just play a simple ball.
Voltage get the ball out of the back, but then throw possession over to the Comets. This time we seem to be making sure there's not going to have a short ball to get out with, so a long ball we can hopefully get possession, and we do.
And Pichitino, another local talent from Burlington High School, now goes to UVM. She's played some tough defense. I know she played tremendously in the Toronto game on Saturday.
I noticed this year that with the success that the Voltage had in their first year, that we did have at the tryouts a lot larger number of Vermont players, which was really nice to see.
Definitely. And I think there were more ladies who tried out for the Lady Voltage team than there were for the men's team.
Amcare Ambulance Service, a proud sponsor of the Vermont Ball League. Amcare is the sole 911 emergency medical.
Long ball, but that's going to be handled easily by Kristen Lockenbill. Billing the ball out of the back and then up to midfield. A style that both the men and women's Voltage players both use rather than the long ball. We like to keep possession of the ball.
A long ball played to Lexi. It's probably going to work for the cross.
I think she kicked it off the defender, so that should be a corner. A good strategy sometimes when you don't have much of a kick and the defender's right there, just kick it right off of them and get a corner.
Get it right off their
Win a
shin
corner.
guards. Good ball in.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh, a shot, but a little bit high. Nice pressure that time by the Voltage, bringing it up and really keeping it in the box for a little while there.
Laval's probably one of the closer opponents for the Lady Voltage. Their team was here from Toronto. They have opponents from Hamilton, Rochester. So Laval not too far from Montreal. So they're relatively local. comparison to the others?
Yeah, I'm sure that as time goes on here, there'll be some rivalries created, and with these guys being so close, that's very likely that they might be one of them.
And for a very even team, too. Oof.
And as we mentioned, it's been nice, clean play, both sides, and so it's fun soccer.
All the voltage camps still have spaces available, so be sure to sign up soon. Stop by the merchandise tent or get a camp flyer from the Vermont Voltage website, www.vermontvoltage.com.
It's like Erin Pidgeotino's down tying her shoe. So Lucky had to delay a bit. Oh, that ball's coming to us.
Cleared out by Kristen. Ball right back in quickly by Laval. And Voltage ball for the throw-in.
Good up by Jess Molson.
Little mishit there by Laval. Again, that ball is very slippery tonight.
Two men on Lexi. She's got the
But
throw.
I think she won the throw anyway. Ball over to Amy Cochran.
She's got Erin running on the outside.
Another one of our very strong players. Played for UVM for the last 3 years. MVP for them.
Now is headed to the University of Rhode Island.
One of the Cochran skier family group.
Yeah, she's an all-star skier, too,
Yeah,
for UVM
I think
as
UVM's
well.
really going to miss her next year, both soccer and skiing.
Some good, skillful, thoughtful playing by the Lady Voltage today.
Oh, we got a possible breakaway here in the box, cross,
Oh.
and unfortunately nobody was quite to that far side yet.
Good run by Lexi on the outside. Really some impressive play from the Lady Voltage today.
Getting some nice chances here. Obviously we've put one in and looking for some more now.
Here in the 35th, almost 36th minute of the half.
Little hands high up on both players, but no call from the referee.
Jess Molson with the throw in to Patty. Two girls who live locally in St. Albans. Patty goes to Lincoln Memorial University.
We've talked a little bit about the refs tonight, and that Dave Bear is one of the instructors for some of the younger players out there. If they check into it, it's a really good, fun summer job for a lot of younger players. They pay them very well, and as you can see, he's really kind of showing exactly what they teach, to hold the whistle and not to try to control the game that doesn't need the referee to step in all the time.
It's really true. He was actually my instructor a couple of summers ago, and I did it for a couple of summers. You really do make some good money. But and if you love the game too, you're
Gives you a chance to see a lot of good players.
But when you get in upwards of these levels, you have to do fitness testing and some other.
But I know they're always looking for new referees, and you can even start at as young as 13. They'll have you doing some of the U10 games, and it's just a great experience. It really puts a lot of leadership qualities together for you too, because you've got to be able to make those calls, and occasionally you'll hear something from the sidelines, and you just work through that.
No, it's true. You have to be able to have faith in what calls you're making and be willing to stand up to the criticism if that comes. And it always does, regardless of what age group you're refereeing.
Yeah. But it's certainly a great way to learn the game. You're going to know the rules a lot better that way, and how the game works.
Got a Comets player down on the top of the Lady Voltage 18.
Well, I expect to see those campers showing up over in the stands here shortly. The premier buses are kind of parking over there, so they'll be starting to get a little louder here, I'm sure, in just a minute or so.
I hope they have their rain gear. It'll be a soggy ride back. Courtesy throw back to Kristen Luckenbell after the injury. And her punt just covered the length of the Comets team. Amy Cochran's
Nice flick on here.
Yeah.
And the defense had to just take the safe route and just kick it out.
When in doubt, kick it out. That's what we were always taught.
Obviously, possession's a good thing, but you don't want to go too far with that and have a goal scored on you.
Oh yeah. Comets on the attack here. It's a 2v1 actually in favor of the Comets. Sarah Lovett's playing tough defense. Good stop. Ooh.
Made that look easy.
Yeah, she did.
Nice tackle there. Over to
Good ball.
Vermont Voltage. Ooh,
Good
takeaway
idea.
there.
Emma charged with the foul.
It was a nice idea by Laval, but didn't work out for them. Throw in for Vermont.
Looks like Emma and Lexi switch sides. Long ball out by Aaron Puccittino. Will be a Comets throw-in on the far side.
Long ball by Laval, easily handled by the Voltage. Over their heads. Ooh, and just a little bit long. Unfortunate there.
And Wisconsin goes with the goal kick for the Lady
Yep,
Voltage.
throw in.
Oh, a throw-in, sorry.
Just shy of that flag.
Cross in.
And wide left.
Played out quickly by Kristen Luckenbell to Aaron Pichitino.
Starting to see some of the umbrellas getting folded up. I guess the rain has stopped, so maybe that's a good sign. Hopefully it'll stay away. We won't see too much sunshine. I don't think it's pretty cloudy out, but
No
at
rain
least if
would
we don't have,
definitely
if we
be.
can just get both games in without too much rain, that would be great.
Yeah, definitely. I know I saw on the news this afternoon they were saying flood watches for the southern part of the state, so if it stops raining, that's fantastic.
Unlike the other sport that gets played around here, that they stop it every time it starts to sprinkle. Soccer does get played in the rain,
Oh, yeah.
so if it's a rainy night, come on out because we're probably going to be playing unless there's thunder and lightning.
I know as a player, I sometimes used to love and hate to play in the rain at the same time because you'd love to get all dirty but then it was so slippery trying to handle the ball. But it's always fun. Adds an extra element of excitement to the game because you never know what's going to happen.
Nice pass back and then comes back up for us. Another great strategy for the younger players out there and get a lot of pressure in front.
You
You'd
never
be able
have
to pass
to-
it back and take the pressure off and then send it back up again.
Yeah, I mean, you never have to play it forward. Back is always an option to try to gain possession and open the field up a bit. So definitely a good idea to play it back at points. The Comets brought quite a few fans here today as well. Some parents probably stopped out. 'Cause
Another
it's
benefit of having them being so close, they can come down and just drop across the border.
Ashley Pfaff fouled. It's the end of the half. We're now into stoppage time. We've reached the 45-minute mark, so this will be probably one of the final plays. There wasn't much time extra, so.
Be nice to put one in here, though.
Definitely finish off the half.
We're right
hard.
down there on their end. Oh,
And there's the halftime whistle.
just before the shot got off.
So it's 1-0 Lady Voltage at halftime.
Halftime score.
All right, the second half is starting. Looks like Laval's coming out hard in this part of the second half here.
But Lucky's sure to clear it out.
We had a little sprinkle there during the halftime, and I think that, again, the ball is just getting very slippery.
Yeah, umbrellas are back up, so looks like the rain's picked up a bit.
During halftime, I swung in to check on the campers. They were all inside Collins Pearly eating some pizza, and they're all ready to come out here and watch the second half and also watch the men's game.
And I just talked to a fellow from the UK. He's here on business, but stopped by our game to say hello and see how we did things, because he is the PR director for a premiership team over in England, the Laird Camels or something of that sort. So.
Well, I hope we give him a couple of really good games here tonight, and that's one thing that a lot of the players that are out there. You can really come and watch a lot of really good players at these games. It's the beginning levels of professional, but yet a lot of these players will go on and move up. We have quite a few players from the men's that have moved on up, and some even playing in just a couple of levels down from the premiership over in Europe.
Yep. And I know on August 10th, all the alumni voltage are coming back to play, so that'll be a great game to see all the old faces versus the new guys. See how the game's changed and how they've aged and all that sort of fun stuff. I heard one of the players who was actually playing for the New Hampshire Phantoms, Tommy Skibiorski, is headed over to play for an Irish league. So he played on the voltage last year and a couple years prior to that.
One of our top scorers last year.
He's actually a native of Colchester, so a local boy.
I saw him here at a game a couple of games ago. I think he was injured at that time. Do you know anything about that? Or?
I don't know. I know he had had a couple of goals for the Phantoms earlier this season. I read it on the USL website. USLsoccer.com is a great place to go and look and check out the...
Phantoms are Division 2?
They're the next above us,
so they're
yes.
one level up.
Yep.
And Tommy's graduated last year, so he didn't have the eligibility issues anymore, so he was able to move on up to the next level of professional soccer, which again, it's a really great experience here for a lot of these guys that are still in college playing on the PDL level. It doesn't hurt their eligibility, so they get the great experience, graduate from college, and if they're so inclined, they can move on up through the different ranks of professional soccer here.
Right.
United States at the present time has 4 levels of professional soccer, whereas in most of the European countries they go down about 10 levels.
Right.
The top 3 levels over there are paid professional levels. They have about 10 different levels of professional soccer there.
Looks like we have some diehard fans here tonight that have painted themselves. That's
shirtless.
good to see.
I think they must have some girlfriends or something, because they've got names painted on the back, so must be some of their girlfriends are playing. Or maybe they want them to be their girlfriends, who knows. Nice defensive play there by the Voltage. Brought the ball outside. Now just passing it around, keeping possession.
Good work by Caitlin Francis, another local girl who went to CBU, played for Farpo Soccer Club. Played against her many times in my heyday. Oh, good choice by Aaron Pacino.
Yeah, again, another continuation for a lot of the kids who've come up through club soccer locally with the Far Post or Nordic or Capital. It just gives them a chance to continue on while they're at college to get that experience that the club gives a lot of the kids as they're moving up through.
A chance to stay in shape, which is really important when you're playing college. You have coaches there while you're at school, but when you're home, it's a lot more difficult.
As we've said most of these girls that are obviously playing for the Voltage to make this team, they are some of their best players on their college teams.
And found it through their college coaches, either knowing Bo or college coach expos, and some did a lot of work to try to get here. So. Really
Something to look forward to as you're getting older and playing up through here is that you know, to work towards getting that chance to play at this level. W League for women is the top level of play in the United States, and in talking with some of the players that have come from some of the foreign countries, that for the women, this is the top level of soccer in the world. That's why we have so many national team players here playing.
I know I had seen someone was saying that there was a women's league in Germany that was really on par with the W League and possibly above, but the W League is filled with Canadian and U.S. national team players. I mean, Tiffany Milbrett made a Team of the Week about 6 weeks ago when Ashley Pfaff was on it. They were the two forwards chosen for the Team of the Week. So, I mean, for Ashley to be placed on a team with Tiffany Milbrett, a member of the U.S. national team, and with hundreds of caps, you know, that's quite an honor, and they're playing really with the top players in the world. And Bo works really hard to get the girls here and get the best team possible to remain competitive. And they made the playoffs last year. So, I mean, that's really, really impressive.
Yeah, Bo works hard to really bring in some of the top players, and it really shows here. And we need to really take advantage of that. Come to as many games as you can to be able to see this top level of soccer.
It's great to look forward to as like a younger player too, because I know when I was still playing, my family and I used to come up and see the players, and it's always that they're hometown heroes, and the Voltage on the attack here.
Just slightly wide of the goal.
But, I mean, both teams are, like, more than welcoming. They'll speak with you, talk to you about soccer, share the passion, and it's just a lot of fun.
And it's always much more fun to really be playing in front of these large crowds that we get here. And it's just a fun night for the family. It's a family event.
Tickets are $6 for adults and $2 for children, so it's pretty affordable family entertainment, too.
We have a bunch of great sponsors who usually supply us with some nice goodies to give away, and there's just all kinds of stuff going on with Sparky, our mascot. So we've got some cheerleaders now, and with the Sparks and the Sparkettes dance team. Just all kinds of great stuff going on at the games. Just out there, throwing for Laval.
WLFE. 1023 Real Country. 1023 WLFE is a proud sponsor of the Vermont Voltage and Lady Voltage. If you're a Real Country music fan, you're a fan of Real Country. WLFE 1023.
Probably.
Is it torn?
I'm MRI on Friday. How's it going?
Good, thanks.
I'm just chilling.
So we're going to give Leslie a break, and we're now being joined by
Jason Wagner, how you doing? I was recently injured, so I got sent up to the booth here to do some commentating. But the Lady Voltage look like they're holding their own out here on the field.
Yeah,
from what I've seen so far.
1-0 already, and from a team that beat us 2-0 in their last game, definitely a much better showing for this game. Neither team dominating, but both sides playing really good soccer.
The slick grass seems to be making a little rougher play. I've seen some pushing and some tackles from behind, but Oh, we have a substitute.
Substitute here, Christine Brasso going in for Ashley Pfaff.
Going for number 8, number 22, Kristen Brassow.
Lady Voltage looking to start something here. Bring it through the middle. Stolen away in midfield. Hopefully we can make something happen here. Oh, an offsides call.
Rain's starting to come down just a little bit again.
The Voltage look like they've been able to get a few chances on that right side over there.
Yeah, yep, definitely.
Really exploiting their left back for the visitors.
Amy Cochran, ball taken away. And throw in for the Voltage.
Seem to have lost the ball over here under the stands. Oh, there we go. And we're back. We're back.
Again, a difficult thing here to have the ball boys and ball girls, so we're always looking for those.
Voltage doing really well.
Amy
switching
going
the
on a
fields.
run here.
Yes.
Laval trying to build out of the back this time and kicks it out of bounds.
The Voltage are doing a really great job at switching the fields, trying to change that point of attack, shifting the defense of the visiting team, trying to open something up and hopefully create some opportunities for the Lady Voltage.
Yeah, they really seem to be packing this one side over here now, the left-hand side Laval, so obviously an opportunity for the right side.
Exploiting that right side once again.
Cross back across the goal, taken by the goalkeeper.
I think she probably should have taken a little bit more time with that, prepared herself, let her players get into the box.
Yeah, wasn't quite patient enough there that time. Throw in for Laval.
A foul right in midfield for Laval. And easily snuffed away by the Vermont Voltage defense.
Two-thirds of the way through the game here now. Looks like Laval's starting to get a little impatient and trying to make something happen, but it might cost them here. Well, looks like a chance here, 3-on-2 Vermont. Breaks free with a cross across the box.
Good turn.
LFE, proud sponsor of the Vermont Voltage. If you're a country music fan, and you're a fan of real country, WLFE 1023.
Lady Voltage are really controlling the game so far. They're really taking out the Laval Comets so far.
Throw in here. Looks like there was a little confusion on the players as to what the call was. The referee had to make sure that they realized there was a throw in for the Voltage.
Trust Company for friendly hometown service, dependable banking, and experience you can trust.
Chance here if we can get the ball. And that'll be a corner for the Voltage.
Really not much more you'd ask from that. The three of the defenders closing in on the ball.
Yeah, great play just to knock it off the defender, get the corner.
We'd like to thank all of our sponsors who signed
Short corner here, back.
ads are in your program. Without their continuous support, the Voltage would not exist. So please support
Oh.
those who support us.
All the way through the box that time.
Voltage sponsors.
Rough challenge.
Please call the Voltage office at
Goes
527-2499.
offsides called.
That's 527-2499.
Looks like Laval's sub here. And if I could read their coach's writing, I could tell you who it was that was coming in, but not able to do that. Kelly Hemsley out for number 14. Looks like Bellier.
Maybe Sabrina? My guess
Yeah.
for this handwriting here. I'm not quite sure.
Laval came with a large bench. They had 6 players for subs with them tonight.
Yeah, throw in the corner.
Over to Amy Cochran, sends it into the middle. Switch over to Jess.
Oh,
Didn't quite get through.
the offsides
Offside's
flag.
called.
Up well before the ball was played. Smart call by the linesman. Too bad for the Lady Voltage. Good pick.
Yeah, Vermont seems to be winning the ball quite often here. The linesman flag was down, but couldn't quite get there. Throw in here for Laval. Quickly off and out.
Really, the only thing you can do with that one is just safely play it out, let your team get back and set up.
And that'll be a corner. Or nope, it's called that a goal kick. Again, Amy Cochran in there winning the ball. That extra effort pays off.
Oh, if only there was
Yeah.
a runner coming onto the ball just a little bit earlier.
Right, it was a good idea, but the right side didn't quite see what was going to come, see it happening ahead of time.
New cars sponsored by Dave Handy of Handy Motors. We will provide a pioneer
Ooh.
drive at one of our
Nearly picked off by the Vermont Voltage striker.
Yeah, Allie was definitely looking for that one to go back to the keeper, and I think if they would have done that, she was going to have a shot. Opportunity here for Laval in the box, and Kristen takes that one.
Well struck.
Foul called against the Voltage there. Hand was up on the Laval player's shoulder, I think. Again, Vermont winning the ball. Oh, wide to the right for that shot. That was definitely trouble.
That was a good build-up for the Laval Comets, all the way from the from midfield here. Started out on the right side and easily pushed it through the middle.
That left forward had some speed. Was definitely taking the ball ahead of us.
And caught the Lady Voltage by surprise for sure.
A couple of subs coming in here. We've got Susie McKinley, number 3, going in, as well as Lauren Johnson.
Substitution is brought to you by Quiznos Salad.
Coming out was Allie Wool and Emma Sconce.
Laval's really putting the pressure on up front
Yeah,
here.
I
for
think
the
they're
Voltage.
seeing the time is running out here. We got just over 20 minutes left to the game, and I think they feel like they really got to make something happen because the Voltage have had a strong defense all game. Too much on that one for them. That should be a throw in for Voltage.
Kristen Luckenbill can really put some distance on those kicks, which really helps the Lady Voltage in their field position. Easily putting them over half each time she has the ball in her hands.
Yeah, I'm sure that most teams, when they come to play here, really have a little envy for the fact that Kristen's here.
Absolutely. She's definitely a huge asset to the Lady Voltage.
Right after this, the next game in the Voltage at 7:30.
Big presence in that backfield, really controls what goes on back there.
Computer support for the home, the office, or anything in between. Call Banzlet Computer Consulting, your local source for computers. Call David Banzlet and Banzlet Consulting at 524-1772.
All the way back to the keeper. Vermont continuing to put on the pressure.
Nice ball through for their Laval team, but again, Kristen right there.
Smart decisions. Keeping the visitors out of the net. Not even having a chance on goal.
Nice pass there by Amy into the middle. Looks like we're going to cross it and try the right side again. Didn't quite get there. Here it goes. Cross the box and in. All right.
Great
Goal
goal.
number 2. That was just an awesome shot. Goalie took quite a dive for it. Still down on the ground. May be injured. She looked like she came into the post there. That
I'm
was
not
a
sure
very
if that's
difficult shot to try to save.
Either a physical injury or an injury to her ego.
And another lucky fan gets a soccer ball.
That was an amazing piece of soccer there. Well beaten on the right flank to come in. Beautiful cross and a beautiful finish.
Goalie's up now, but obviously in some pain. Continuing to try to stretch. All right, so that puts the Voltage up 2-0.
That's a big insurance goal for the Lady Voltage.
Yeah, the way they've been playing tonight, that definitely gives them a good shot at a win here. Laval obviously in a hurry to try to make something happen.
With these slick conditions, you really never know what's going to happen. Laval could easily score a goal just on a fluke shot or anything, who knows what. So it's really good that the Lady Voltage got that extra goal to kind of give them a buffer.
And that was such a nice shot. I don't know if the goalie would have gotten that on dry conditions. Throw in here for the Voltage.
This time we'd like to welcome the Voltage Overnight Campers. Let's see you make some noise, Voltage Campers.
160 overnight campers now showing up into the stands.
Hopefully the rain lets up for these kids for the men's game coming up afterwards. We have a substitute coming on for the Laval Comets, number 19. I think that's Audra Sherman. Coming up as a striker, she's going to, well, Laval really trying to put the pressure on. They got to get a couple goals here with the time remaining. And out of bounds for a Lady Voltage throw-in.
The longer we can keep it down at that half, the better for us.
Yeah, really now it's all about possession for the Lady Voltage. Not letting Laval have the ball and preventing any opportunities on goal.
Please support those who support us.
In a lot of these situations, the advice will be from coaches, or at least in my experience, is to take the ball and to dribble into the corner and just hold it down there. Try and eat up some of that time on the clock. If you've got the lead, that is.
Right, and also, you know, that keeps the possession with you in the ball. So the more time we can have possession and keep it down at their end, they're not going to score from that part of the field generally. So, again, good advice, put it down in that corner and leave it there.
See Coach Hutchinson down there strolling by with his mini umbrella. I'm sure very pleased with the performance of his team tonight.
Yeah, Leslie and I were mentioning earlier about his umbrella. I think that he stole it from his daughter.
More than likely, the one and only other game that I did, it was raining and he had the same umbrella out. So
101 Dalmatians. Voltage definitely not letting up here, though. Definitely looking to keep it down at their end, keep possession.
Yeah, with the exception of a couple chances, this has been all Lady Voltage second half. They've possessed well the entire time. Lady Voltage keeping the pressure on and forcing Laval to play all the way back to their goalie.
Laval definitely starting to look a little frustrated here and panicked, knowing that there's not a lot of time left. Again, they kick it out to be safe, but that's just, again, for our advantage, burning some of that time up for us. Goal kick here for Laval. As you can see, a big difference there from the goal kicks. The goalie there not quite even getting it to half field.
This Saturday, you can catch the Voltage and Lady Voltage teams in Taylor Park.
There you go, right there.
10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday for a 3-on-3 tournament. The team will also hold free soccer lessons. So come challenge your favorite Voltage and Lady Voltage players at Taylor Park from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. this Saturday.
And wide right. A little excitement back there that time, but looks like the Voltage had that under control.
Just about 10 minutes to play here in regulation. And hopefully within those next 10 we see another goal.
Dispossessed there, but
How you gonna do that? Hey, now you're all wet. Now is it gonna help you stay warm? The reason I gave you my shirt so you would be warm because you get wet. You got it all wet.
down into the right flank here. Cross. And that'll be a throw-in for the Voltage.
Just not enough players forward for Laval to really make that a dangerous cross. And it was a little high, a little lofted over the goal.
Yeah, I think, like we said before, the panic setting in, and they're just trying to take advantage early and not getting set up, and not going to work.
They really have to. That's all That's really all they have left for options, just to take the chances they can get and try and put them on goal. The Lady Volts really done a good job to keep the pressure on and keep the ball out of this end.
Again, strong pressure by the Voltage. Laval switching fields here.
Fans, make sure you stick around after this game. When the Vermont Voltage take on the Ottawa Fury.
Well, I think that one might have made it in the net. Goal for
You're
Laval.
right. That was really difficult to tell. I thought, I actually thought the opposite. I thought it was wide.
So now 2-1 Voltage. Just under 8 minutes left in the game here, under regulation time. So let's hang tough here.
I'd say the Lady Voltage really had a little mental lapse right there. Let the girl have the free shot, thinking nothing of it. And just the stroke of luck, maybe a little bit of who knows. But
it was a hard angle for that shot to go in, but
very difficult angle.
Again, Voltage letting things get away here. Looks like Kristen's going to let them regroup, get everything back together, and nice shot on goal there, handled well by Kristen, but that definitely had a skip to it.
Like I said, with these wet conditions, you never know what's going to happen with that ball when it hits the ground. It could skip, it can hop, it could move in ways that you just can't predict.
Christine Brossow down. I think the Voltage have used all their subs, so we're just going to have to play on and play hurt. Amy Cochran down there on the field, but referee said that was not a foul.
Good possession by the Lady Voltage. Just to keep this in and just out of bounds.
The next Lady Voltage game is Saturday, July 15th at 5:30 versus the Ottawa Fury Women. The next Voltage game is also on Saturday, July 15th versus FC Boston at 7:30 p.m. Make sure not to miss any Voltage action.
Definitely being held there.
It's like a wrestling move there. I think a little bit of frustration, a little bit of, a little panic running out of time. They're really got to do anything you can to try and get that goal.
Switching fields here for Ottawa, or Laval. And out of bounds, quick throw in here by the Voltage.
And played out by Laval.
I'd say Christine is feeling a little better. She was running pretty hard there.
The Lady Voltage just need to hold on for about 3.5 minutes.
Laval trying for the long ball. Sent back to Luckenbill. Back out. It was kind of a wasted opportunity for Laval. They just gave away possession there. Again, the Vermont Voltage just trying to keep possession of the ball. Old adage, you can't score if you don't have the ball.
And the Lady Voltage have the ball in the middle. Well done holding the ball there and bringing it bringing it forward.
The official ski resort of the Vermont Voltage and Lady Voltage soccer team. Visit smokes.com for more information.
Laval really trying to make something happen here in the last minute of the game. Excuse me, last 2 minutes of the game.
Let's go, Voltage campers. I want to hear some cheering. I just want to hear a little bit of
I'm
noise.
sure we won't rush this kick too much.
No, just another way to eat up some time.
Flick on over there. Again, nice pressure there by the Voltage. Made the Laval player kick the ball out of bounds, but AR saw it. They must have touched the Voltage player.
Voltage controlling the ball now. Through the middle. Oh, and Laval takes it, trying to break away. And out of bounds for a Lady Voltage throw. Laval's really going to try and lock him in now, and prevent him from any kind of escape out of the back here.
And across
Oh,
the goal,
wow.
which was very scary with less than a minute left in the regulation here. That's a goal kick for the Voltage, and again, I'm sure we'll let the players get out before that ball gets kicked.
I think luck had a little bit to do with that one. Wow.
And the official 90 minutes is now run out, so we're into stoppage time here. Hopefully the referee gives the whistle real soon, and the Lady Voltage will have a win tonight.
Good job of the Lady Voltage to switch fields.
Yep, just at this point, let's keep possession and keep it away from them. Fans getting excited here, knowing that the game is very close to being called over, and hoping to see the same thing that we are, that the referee will end the game and have a win here.
Given what I've seen tonight, I'd say that was it's a very fair result. The Lady Voltage come away with the win.
Absolutely. Definitely fairly even the first half of the game, but in the second half, Voltage definitely the stronger team. Still beating the ball to them to the ball most of the time here.
And I think he's about to call full time.
He's looking at his watch occasionally.
Number 14, the one who just recently shot the ball off the sidebar.
Voltage kick it out of bounds. Probably the last opportunity here. Out of bounds on Laval. Referee looking at his watch again.
Laval has everyone pushed up right now except for their keeper. No defense, no chance to stop any kind of counterattack if the Voltage are to clear it out.
Punched out there by Kristen Lockenbill. And kicked wide right for a goal kick. Kristen asking the referee there if the time was all expired, but the referee said send it in, and then he blows his whistle.
Well done, Lady Voltage. They come away with a 2-1 win tonight.
Final Voltage 2, Laval 1.